MiHoYo needs to stop ignoring the players. Someone DM'd me after my account review livestream last night and they told me that their account had been hacked and they don't know what to do. Now, I get a lot of messages about people's accounts being hacked and a lot of messages asking me to speak out about it, and I'm honestly kind of pissed at this point because I thought that this was a problem that would just solve itself and that eventually MiHoYo would just put in 2FA. I didn't think it would take a whole fucking content creator revolution to actually get MiHoYo to listen to us and stop prioritizing censoring leaks over account security. Maybe it's just a business thing over there, I'm not really sure why, but it seems like they're definitely prioritizing everything the fuck else except for the player's security, which is a really big problem on a game where you dump hundreds of dollars in to make sure that you get the best units. Anyways, before I go on that tangent, there's been a massive hacking problem for Genshin Impact accounts specifically. I have no idea how this is going for Honkai, but over the past few months we've seen a lot of data breaches and big websites, and I think a lot of emails and passwords are being retrieved from there. People's Genshin Impact accounts are getting hacked, and then they're getting resold at extremely low value. Genshin Impact is a free-to-play game. There are a lot of accounts on this game. The fact that there's been tens of thousands, maybe even up to 100,000 accounts stolen and being resold is absurd. Now, there's two main problems with this. One is just MiHoYo's customer support. Obviously, I understand that there's millions of players and they're going to have trouble keeping up with all of the support requests and all the help that the players need, but I feel like it's pretty fucking basic to be able to help people retrieve stolen accounts. Like, I feel like every single company that I've ever seen that owns any kind of gaming platform has this. There are some cases where I've heard of people getting their accounts back, but there are so many cases where I've heard, yeah, there's nothing we can do about it because they spent money on your account, so it's their account now, which is like, what does that even mean? Anyways, the second problem is that 2FA doesn't exist for this game. I don't know why 2FA doesn't exist. I really could not tell you. There's no excuse that I could think of that would make sense to why 2FA doesn't exist for a game that has made $874 million since its 6-month ago release. I've been talking about this in the Braxazone Discord a lot with a lot of different people. A lot of people are pissed about this, and someone actually brought up the other day the idea that maybe it just takes time to implement a system like this, but I just don't see it. I don't understand how this problem has been evident for 4 months out of the 6 months that the game has been out, and they haven't done anything about it. When people complain to Epic Games about no 2FA on their Fortnite accounts, which people were spending a similar amount to as Genshin, they implemented 2FA so quickly. It was like within 2 months, I think, they actually implemented an entirely new system for 2FA that would protect your account. Not only that, they incentivized you to use it. They gave you free stuff for using 2FA on your account, for protecting your stuff. And two-factor authentication doesn't just help the consumer too, it helps the company. The company doesn't have to deal with as many stolen account reports. They don't have to deal with all of the security breaches. There are significantly less of those with two-factor authentication. I just do not understand. I have not had my account hacked. I am one of the lucky people that has not had that happen, but I can tell you right now that hearing stories of people who's had their accounts hacked after spending $500 to $1,000 or even more on their account makes me feel like shit. These people who are coming to me, watch my videos, they mean so much to me. They are a part of my audience, and I really appreciate everything that they do. So when one of them shows up in my DMs and goes, yeah, I just lost everything, of course I'm going to be pissed about it. And you'd think that after 50% of the YouTube content creators have talked about this problem, and even probably most of the Twitch streamers in some VOD or another have talked about 2FA being a problem, there would be some sort of change, but it seems like right now we're just basically being told that, like, yeah, we'll figure it out later. Now, I also understand where a lot of people are frustrated by the amount of people talking about 2FA because they haven't had to live through the problem and they just don't really understand why it's that big of a deal, and they want content creators to shut up about it because it's all that's been talked about. But I'm telling you, sometimes change doesn't happen at an internal level until tons of people get pissed about it together. MiHoYo had released a statement on March 15th about the hacking problem, and it's good that they're at least acknowledging it, but if we let it go right now and we don't keep pushing for it and keep letting them know that we are upset, they're gonna put it on the back burner. So with that being said, rather than ranting in Discord about it, or rather than DMing other people that you're pissed about it, or rather than just complaining vocally to your friends, make sure that MiHoYo knows. Make sure that on every single survey that you're taking, you're leaving the feedback that the hacking is a problem. Make sure MiHoYo knows that we need two-factor authentication. If you're looking for simple ways to do this and to advocate for your own security, you can go to the MiHoYo forums on HoYoLab, and you can make up a post there just talking about how unsafe you feel with this account that you've spent money on. Or even if you haven't spent money, you shouldn't have to worry about your account disappearing. You can also submit frustrations and feedback through the feedback button by hitting escape on your keyboard if you're playing on PC, or just opening up the menu on whatever platform you're on and going to the feedback button. It'll open up a website that allows you to submit feedback directly to MiHoYo, and if everyone that watches this video goes and presses that feedback button and says something, I guarantee you it'll be enough to flood that inbox of all those MiHoYo employees and they'll go, okay, a lot of people are pissed about this. It doesn't even have to be every viewer. If half of my subscribers did this, it would create enough of an uproar to get a statement out of them, I'm sure. Make sure MiHoYo knows that you have a problem with this and that you want your account to be safe. In the meantime, outside of feedback, change your password every once in a while. It's always good to do that in case there is a data breach on another website. I would advise creating an entirely new password for this game, not one that you've used on any other website. That's what I had to end up doing, and I'm really glad I did. I feel really safe about it because there's not going to be any risk of data breach. Of course, that doesn't make me immune to hacking, but it definitely does ease my mind a little bit. Anyways, light up that inbox, send in your feedback, and make your voice heard. Because with this large of a player base and this much revenue, they have no excuse. Anyways, that's all I want to talk about. I'm live on Twitch a couple days a week at twitch.tv/Braxphone. Make sure to subscribe for more content. See you guys later.